Hello. So, when my movie got posted to Reddit, the thing that wasn't posted was my forum post, which explained some of what I was doing with the movie. In some of the clips, I was just trying to show that this game was not the same as Guild Wars 2. Most of my friends I know from playing Guild Wars 2, so I was showing them how it was different than that game with respect to dash, dodge, and how it works. Another thing I was saying was that when I compare this game to other games I've played in the past, so a lot of people have said, oh, internet lag, you must be new to gaming. Well, I've been playing these games since Meridian 59. This is before Ultima Online. I've played most of the major MMOs, and I concentrate on PvP. And what I'm saying is that this game has the most inconsistency that I've seen personally playing any of these types of games when it comes to using an ability and getting an expected inconsistent result. That is the honest truth, and it is the bottom line. Now, I realize that Carbon is trying something different here with the telegraph and aiming system. I commend them for that, but it is a system that is more vulnerable to latency than a hard target or a soft target system. In a hard target and soft target system, you can hide or mask some of the desyncing between clients a little bit easier than you can in Carbon's current system. However, I still hope that there's a chance that they can improve it. It will never be perfect, but certainly there's room for improvement. I would hope so. Now, one of the things that you can do, I'll just give you an example of one thing that can be done to improve things, at least for a warrior, melee, and stalker. When you look at the telegraph for relentless strikes, for example, I'm just going to hold down the button. There it is, relentless strikes. If you are right on top of the target, it won't hit. Right? See, I'm right on top of it and it's not hitting, which is, accurate with respect to the telegraph. The problem is that when you have desyncing of players, a player that you might think is 2 meters in front of you, right in the middle of this, might actually be right on you or might be a little bit behind you, in which case they're not going to get hit. So what's done in many other games, and I'm really surprised it wasn't done in this game, because I think it's done in every game I've seen where you have a class that has an AoE cleave like this, is that they extend a buffer circle around the character, where if someone is just to the side of them, just to the right of them, just behind them, it's not, obviously it doesn't extend out as far as the main cleave, but there's a little bit of cushion around the character such that if the enemy player is actually on them or a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, or a little bit behind them, they still get hit, right? And that would alleviate some of the problems that warriors have, because I don't think a lot of people have realized this yet. If you're not getting hit by a warrior, right, a warrior's chasing you, you're not getting hit by him, fine, keep on running directly away from him. That's what you should do. However, if a warrior is on you and they are hitting you, don't continue to run away from them, because they're going to keep up with you and they're going to keep them in your telegraph field for the most part. The best thing to do is actually run through them. Run through them. If you get underneath them or a little bit behind them, they are not going to hit you. And the worst thing that they're going to have to do is they're going to have to turn to hit you. And they're going to have to turn very quickly to adjust to your positioning if you go underneath them. For example, Rampage. I see a lot of players do it now, and they're the ones that are the most difficult to deal with. I start the Rampage, and instead of trying to move away from me, they move underneath me. And then I have to try to turn quickly to get them back in the field, and oftentimes I'll miss several of the Rampages. Maybe I only hit one of them when they're doing that. Because when you have desyncing, it's not just a matter of your position relative to the other player, it's a matter of the direction that you're facing to the other player, right? So when they move underneath you like that, they force you to turn quickly. They're not only forcing you to deal with desyncing between position, but they're forcing you to deal with desyncing with respect to the direction that you're facing. This is why having a small buffer circle would be extremely beneficial to the game for melee and stalkers. Other games have it. This game doesn't. So that's one way where this game doesn't handle latency as well as other games. I mean, that is a measure that other games put into place to deal with latency that this game doesn't, and it would be easy to fix. Adjust some of the telegraphs such that they're a little bit more forgiving and a little bit more understanding of how latency works. Now, speaking of latency, you're probably going, holy shit, look at his latency down at the bottom right corner. No wonder it's so horrible. Well, I'm uploading a video to YouTube right now, so that's why it's so bad. Typically in the home zone, as I showed in my previous movie, it's like 50/40, 50 to 60/40. Okay, so that is it for now. I've given a suggestion. I'm not just complaining. I'm actually giving a concrete suggestion to help deal with this problem. Okay, so later on.